Okay. Hello, your YouTube, etc. All right. You're good. You're good. Finally. Instagram. Phew. All right. Everything tech was being evil today. Waiting for Instagram. There we go. My technology was being a little bit evil, but not the worst. All right. Live stream Substackers. 6 of you already. Excellent. Thank you, Substackers, for being here. All right. Good. All righty. Hey, Tanya. Hey, NJ. All righty. We're good now. Now I've got my camera's eating bamboo. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, with the wax you mean? That was something else. All right. That's good. You guys are good. Let me start. TikTok's already ready. There we go. TikTok's ready, and we are good here. Finally. Phew. Phew. All right. Switching TikTok. Excellent. There we go. Actually, can I? Yeah, I'm looking a little red tonight. There we go. That's a little less red. All righty. Welcome, everybody. Finally, technology's back to normal. Woo-woo. I am late. The tech was being a little evil tonight. I've been futzing with it for the last 7 minutes. And don't write "your" like a troll, Nickelodeon. YOU apostrophe RE. So, oh my God. Welcome, everybody. All right. All right. Sometimes it starts a little late, you know. I did the morning show. I'm not thrilled I love the morning show just because there was no news today. I mean, there's more news. See, the thing is, too, like there's more news now that it's evening. But there wasn't very much news this morning. I wasn't sure I totally enjoyed doing that, to be honest. We're going to see. It may be worth it. It may not. I'm also still worried about screwing up my voice. Even if it's for another hour, it's still another hour, you know. I don't know who that is, Tanya. Never heard of him. No, never heard of him. Don't know who that is at all. So cannot give you an opinion. Oh, it is a holiday. Yes. It's a holiday in America today, Memorial Day. We commemorate our war dead. Donald Trump did it totally weird. I was saving it for later. We could start with it. I was saving it for later. What the hell? I'm going to start with it because it was so freaking weird. Donald Trump just cannot, he cannot be normal because he's not. And he always picks holidays to say something inappropriate. He did it again today. Typically on things like Christmas and Easter, he issues a hate-filled tweet, which the Antichrist would do, but a normal person wouldn't do, a normal president wouldn't do. And this time he decided to issue an inappropriate tweet on Memorial Day. We memorialize, right? We remember, we honor our war dead. That's what Memorial Day is about. Donald Trump makes every holiday about hate-filled anger and bile and narcissism, right? And revenge. Did it again today. I'm going to show you this just because, like, I think you almost have to see this to appreciate how bad it is. Donald Trump writes today, "Happy Memorial Day to all, including the Democrats." He calls Democrats Democrats, like they're dumb. He did a whole video on this recently. I dropped the B, but I use a U. And you're like, okay, Donald, 7-year-old child. I write it, but I drop the B, and then I use a U instead of the E. Get it? Democrat? You're like, yes, because you have the emotional maturity of a child and the intellect of a child. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the Democrats who disrespect our military and all of the tremendous success that I've had over the last year. You know, if we're going to go there, there is a president who called our U.S. service members suckers and losers, according to his own chief of staff. And the reason he called them suckers and losers is because they were prisoners of war. And he didn't like prisoners of war. He even said famously, I like soldiers who aren't captured, he said, right? He called prisoners of war suckers and losers. He called America's KIA, killed in action, suckers and losers, okay? Important thing to remember from Memorial Day. When he was in France on, it would have been the D-Day anniversary. I think it was the D-Day anniversary. Probably was the D-Day anniversary. It would make sense they were there for that. And he refused to go to the U.S. military cemetery because it was raining and it would mess up his hair, but also according to his chief of staff, he believed they were suckers and losers, the men and women in our military cemetery in France, or cemeteries in France. So if Trump, and by the way, everything with Trump is projection. Everything with Trump is a confession, right? He talks about things whenever he insults people, like when he says low intellect, he's talking about himself. Anytime Trump makes an insult of somebody, he loves to talk about men who are obese and fat. Hello, right? Women who are ugly. Hello, right? People who are low intelligence, low IQ, he calls them. Hello, right? It's all terror at what he is. Right, John McCain. He said it about John McCain. Mark, you're right, Mark Ramos. So, this is who he is. But again, to use Memorial Day to attack Democrats rather than honoring our war dead. Again, this isn't your day, Donald Trump. This is the day for our war dead. It's the day for the people who gave their lives for this country. It's not the day for you to mouth off like an immature, narcissistic child. Now, let me show you the speech he gave. My nephew thinks AI wrote it, which is an interesting point, because I said, who the hell would have written this speech? It's a horrible speech. This is the speech Trump gave today for Memorial Day. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds of it. It's a horrible speech. Trump's speech is slurred, his actual spoken word. Thank you, Julie. I didn't give my gift pitch today. Give the gifts, guys. I appreciate your gifts. I do this for a living, so I really appreciate it. So keep them coming. Thank you. I try to do a shout out. His speech was super slurred today. He is going to the hospital tomorrow, Paula said, for his annual checkup, except his annual checkup, thank you, Mel, happens 2 times a year instead of 1 time a year. He claims that's normal. It's not normal. It's not normal for anybody. But his speech was slurred today, and he started laughing in the middle of his speech about the war dead. I'm going to show you, again, the speech is stupid. His staff is idiot who wrote this speech, but he's also an idiot because it doesn't make sense in English. Watch this. Just watch this.
We've had in many, many decades. Scripture tells us precious is the sight of the Lord, is death of his faithful servants. 400,000 souls rest on these grounds, these beautiful grounds, in the sacred soil, which is first consecrated in the hours of America's greatest division to be eternal symbol of national unity. It cannot be by chance alone that the very first service member laid to rest here in this place of supreme sacrifice was a Union soldier by the name of Private Christman, Private William Henry Christman of Pennsylvania, who died as 19 years old.
It gets worse.
He was a great young man, they say. Beside him are more than 18,000 other young men named William, over 20,000 named John, over 13,000 named James.
Okay. Joined
over time by Isaac, Elijah, Earls, Hanks, Helens, Wands, Margarets, Marius.
Get ready for it.
Donalds. Not too many. And others whose names tell the true story of American greatness, and greatness it is. We've had.
And even some Donalds. Not too many. Many problems with this. 1, his speech was more slurred than I've heard lately in general. 2, what kind of idiot wrote that speech? Now, Trump can't read. Again, low IQ. He can't read. So he also read the speech poorly. But what kind of an idiot thought, let's talk about Memorial Day, and we'll talk about the number of people named John and the number of people named William. Who cares? I mean, literally irrelevant to Memorial Day. You are not honoring the troops by saying, oh, interesting fact, there's 10,000 Johns in the cemetery. There's 15,000 Williams. Nobody cares. I mean, what I mean is that's something AI came up with. No human being cares. No Hispanic names. That's a good point too, Corina, because this was, well, it's AI, but also his staff doesn't care. Democrats in the White House would have made sure it was women and Latinos and Asians and everybody, right? But it was weird that he just decided to name how many men died with various names. And for some idiot staffer to put the name Donald in there. His name is Donald. You don't put the name of the president and say how many Donalds died. It's weird. It's creepy. It's creepy for you to say how many people died with my name. Because first of all, what it does, it invites a joke. He left because that's what he left because he's an idiot. But it invites a joke if you say, oh, then there were 10,000 Donalds. Oh, that's my name, right? It per se, you want to laugh it off, but it's Memorial Day. So it's an idiot that some staffer included that name. It's an idiot that some staffer included the names at all. He's an idiot because he didn't read the speech. Oh, interesting coincidence. The first man is a Christ man. Oh, Chrisman. He had never read it because he's an idiot. He didn't care to look at the speech before he got there. But also, like I said, his slurred speech. Ooh, boy. All right, let's get the Iran update. The Iran stuff is insane right now. Let me give you the Reader's Digest version. Donald Trump lied about Iran. There's no update. There's been no progress. He lied. Now, I do have a lot of little details to give you, but big surprise, Donald Trump lied all weekend. All weekend, he put out the message, oh my God, we're about to reach a deal. It's huge. Yesterday, the White House said, we've reached 95% of the deal is done, 95%. Guess what the 5% that isn't done yet of the deal? The White House, I've got the tweet in here somewhere. The White House, oh, here we go. The White House claimed 95% of the issues were agreed to, 95%. Only 5% of the issues aren't agreed to yet with Iran. The 5% of the issues include Iran's nuclear weapons program. That's not included. And the other part of the 5% is the opening and control of the Strait of Hormuz. In other words, the entire negotiation, the purpose of the entire negotiation is Iran's nuclear program. And the offshoot of that, because Trump fucked it up, is control of the Strait of Hormuz. Those are the two issues that haven't been dealt with yet. But 95% of the issues are done. Oh, did she walk by? 95%. Oh yeah, she's up licking the couch as always. 90, or you could see my dog is up. Oh, you could just see a little, there we go. For TikTokers, she's right at my thumb. She likes to jump up there and lick the ottoman because you never know what I've been eating and, lose a crumb. So for you guys, obviously she's over there for YouTube, etc. Yeah, he's an idiot. I mean, he's an idiot. So yes, I'm going to go through lots of details here. Horrible. Thank you, brown-eyed girl. Oh God. Oh, here's one of the quotes from the White House. An agreement, this was this weekend, an agreement has been largely negotiated subject to finalization between the U.S. of America, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and the various other countries. Okay, first of all, that's pretty funny. I'm going to translate this from this weekend. An agreement has been largely negotiated subject to agreement between the U.S., Iran, and other countries. Well, if the agreement you reached is subject to agreement by the U.S., Iran, and other countries, then it's not an agreement, right? I mean, it's like saying, yes, you and I reached an agreement subject to you and I agreeing about the agreement. Well, then we clearly didn't reach an agreement if you and I still haven't agreed to it. That's what that statement says. He was trying to manipulate the markets again, and it worked again. Oil prices came down again. I mean, everything's a freaking lie with this guy. It's really, anyway, there's more. Let me go on. So Trump claimed yesterday we're on the verge of a deal. White House claims 95%, as I said. Iranian officials are in Qatar for talks. Iran's big concession so far, it seems, is allegedly, again, it's Trump's people saying this, so it could easily be a lie. Allegedly, Iran has agreed to not seek nuclear weapons. But I think Iran has always claimed that. Like, they've always claimed they weren't, right? Iran has always said, we're not building nukes. Like, even that they were enriching the uranium, which means getting the uranium ready that it could be used in a bomb. They kept saying, oh, we're not doing it for nukes. And everybody went, well, why are you doing it? Literally, you only do that for nukes, pretty much, at that point. There's some research you do, but it's pretty much nukes. So Iran, once again, said, oh, our big concession is we're saying, don't worry, we won't build a nuke. But, and it gets better, but Iran is unwilling to agree to anything surrounding not building nukes. In other words, their only concession on building nukes is we are happy to say we are not interested in building a nuke. Oh, okay. So will you give up the enriched uranium you need to build a nuke? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Brown Eyed Girl. Will you give up the? Will you tie your hands for not enriching more uranium in the future? No, no. So Iran agreed to nothing other. Of course, why would they? Blackbird said, "Why would they?" Very good point. If I were Iran, I'd say, "Screw you." At this point, we've lost. Donald Trump lost this war. Iran could just sit on its ass. What's he going to do? Bomb again? Really? I mean, really? Nobody thinks he's going to bomb again. Yeah, he could drop some bombs. The Iranian government doesn't care, right? So my nose is itching again today. The Iranian government doesn't care, right? He already bombed them. Big deal. Sasha is just keeps popping up on the couch here. They don't care. Anyway, more here. New York Times. Let me read you the New York Times. This is pretty good. New York Times. Oh, God, I forgot this was further on, but the other update, thank you, Tammy, about Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, right? Before Trump decided to invade 3 months ago, Strait of Hormuz was open. Any country could go through it. It was open for transport. Any country could go through for free and unencumbered. 20% of the world's oil, 20% of the world's natural gas, a lot of components for fertilizer and prescription drugs and everything else go through there. All free transport, no tolls, no nothing. Thank you, Nori. Well, Iran then shuts it down. Iran then opens it up slightly and says you can come through, but you've got to pay $2 million a ship to come through, right? You got to pay a toll. You've got to register with the Iranian military. We can only let 2 or 3 ships a day instead of 150 ships a day. Craziness, right? Gas prices through the roof, oil prices through the roof, right? Fertilizer prices through the roof. Prescription drug prices going through the roof very soon, generic drugs. And Trump claims this weekend, as part of his, Iran's agreed to everything. They've agreed to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, no tolls. Iran's foreign ministry came out today and said, yes, we will not be charging tolls. Going forward, we will be charging fees. They're charging a fee now for boats that go through instead of a toll. The fee is for their services. The toll was a toll. So it's okay now. I mean, he fucked up everything. He screwed up everything. I mean, the entire thing, permit, a fee, who knows, Gene? They were calling it, the one report I saw was called, the Iranian Foreign Ministry called it a fee. Same, it's all the same thing. An environmental fee, who knows? They're charging a toll. They decided Trump got them to change the name of the toll to something else. This is a disaster. New York Times, listen to the way New York Times put it. President Trump issued conflicting signals on Monday over how much progress had been made in the negotiations, vowing that any deal would be great and meaningful or there will be no deal. Nearly every vital aspect of a potential deal remains unclear, including the fate of Iran's nuclear program and missile stockpile, whether the agreement would cover the war between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, and whether Iran would continue to assert control over the Strait of Hormuz. On Sunday, a senior U.S. official had told reporters that Iran had, in principle, committed to giving up stockpiles of enriched uranium that could become the basis of a nuclear weapon. The official spoke anonymously to discuss sensitive talks. On Monday, Mr. Baghei of Iran said Iran was not discussing details of its nuclear program. So Sunday night, a senior U.S. official says, Iran's agreed to give up their nuclear program, this kind of crap. The Iranians on Monday said, we're not even discussing our nuclear. It's not even part of the negotiations. Okay. An Israeli reporter reported that the problem is Iran has only committed to not to develop nuclear weapons. They're objecting to giving up their enriched uranium, and they're objecting to giving up control of the Strait of Hormuz. They want a ton of money. Big surprise. What else we got here? The Trump. Oh, yeah. So then Trump, which was early today, Trump tweeted on his social media platform, or I refuse to call it anything else other than tweeting. He tweets on his social media platform a crazy 3-page tweet. I want to show you this because it's crazy. And when you look at it, so this was an Israeli journalist, Barak Ravid, who, Israeli, but he works for Axios. He reprinted it because Trump didn't put this on Twitter. I want you to see how long this crazy message Trump tweeted, okay? This is page 1. This is page 2. This is page 3. This is how much spewing garbage Trump tweeted. And it's in, oh, that got bright. Stop that. Don't you go that bright on me. That's how crazy. Yeah. Now, I don't even want to read you all the details of it. It will only be a great deal for all or no deal at all. Back to the battlefront and shooting, but bigger and stronger than ever before. Okay, my pretty, you're sounding exactly like the Russians. Why would you go like the Russians tried this in Ukraine? Actually, the Russians did it again today. The Russians tried this in Ukraine. Oh, if you don't agree to what we're demanding, next time we're going to hit you harder. So you mean the U.S. Trump wasn't hitting Iran as hard as he could? Trump didn't try when he used the military option for 2 months, got 13 of our troops killed, spent $50 to $100 billion of our money, used so many weapons that we're now in trouble in terms of our military preparedness. He did all of that, but actually didn't use all the weapons he could use. And now we're in trouble with the negotiations because Donald Trump didn't try, is what he's saying, right? I'm going to read you the one part. So the one really weird part of this, Trump is demanding that all the Arab, okay, we're trying to get a peace deal with Iran. Trump is demanding that all the Arab countries in the region, as part of the peace deal with Iran, embrace the Abraham Accords, which is the deal to recognize Israel, basically. Only a couple countries do it. It's like UAE, Morocco. I'm forgetting Bahrain, maybe. I forget who else. It's not very, Qatar, as there aren't too many. Trump wants other Arab countries to join. He's demanding that as part of the deal for the U.S. and Iran to reach peace, that all the other Arab countries recognize Israel. And it's like, or actually normalize relations with Israel. It's like, wait, what? What is that? What does that have to do with, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to get Iran to give up its nuclear program. We're trying to get Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz. What does that have to do with browbeating our Arab allies into recognizing Israel or normalizing relations with Israel? It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's nice if we can have peace in the Middle East. It's not connected. Well, he was on a conference call with the Arab governments, and he said this. It was widely reported because there were people on the call. He's on the conference call, and he says this, and he stops, and there's dead silence. None of the Arab leaders responded when Trump said, and I expect you all to join the Abraham's Accords. Nobody responds, and Trump all of a sudden goes, hey, are you all still there? Because he's like laughing, going, this is weird. Yeah, because he freaked them out, and they all told reporters afterwards, there's no way in hell we're joining the Abraham Accords. I mean, relations with Israel, as you can imagine, not great right now with a lot of Arab countries. They're like, maybe now is not the time they want to make a concession to Israel, right? Well, Trump throws in his tweet, I want to read you this, after explaining, by the way, like 3/4 of that crazy tweet is all about the Abraham Accords. It's a tweet about peace with Iran, and most of it is about 3 pages long. Most of it is about Israel, and the Arab countries, which has nothing to do with Iran, right? He says this, therefore, I am mandatorily requesting that all countries immediately sign the Abraham Accords. I read that right. Therefore, I am mandatorily requesting that all countries immediately sign the Abraham Accords. That isn't English. That doesn't make sense in English. That literally makes no sense. I'm not saying it's written poorly. There's no such thing as mandatorily requesting in English. It's not a phrase. It's not an expression. It also doesn't make sense. You can't mandatorily request. Mandatorily request would be like, okay, for example, Trump saying I'm mandatorily requesting, the only thing it could mean possibly is somebody's making me do it. Like someone's holding a gun to my head, so I'm mandatorily requesting, right? Meaning it's mandatory that I request because someone's going to kill me if I don't request it. I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense. And even then, it's a very crazy expression. But for Trump, I'm mandatorily requesting. What he means is I'm requesting, but I'm demanding that you all join the Abraham Accords. What it's, again, first of all, what kind of an idiot wrote this? I mean, I'm sorry, there's something wrong with the guy. I don't know, like, well, those of you who speak English at least know what I'm talking about. Okay, over here. Okay, there you go. Right? Those are what I mean is native English speakers know what I'm talking about. That I cannot express strongly enough how much that isn't English what he wrote. For an American to write, or probably a Brit, same thing, to write, I am mandatorily requesting, you would go, what the F is that? It's the thing is, it's not just poor grammar. It's not English. It's not just poor grammar. That's why I'm saying, like, it's beyond poor grammar. It's not the English language. Nobody who speaks, people with poor English would not say that. It's not an expression. That's my point. It'd be literally like me saying, I go stairs up, now down. It would be like saying that, where you go, that's not poor English. That's not lesser educated English. That's not a mistake. That's literally not English. What he wrote is not English. I'm going to stop hitting this point, but it's really important for people who aren't Anglophones to understand just how crazy it is what he wrote. I mandatorily requesting. No, there's something wrong with him. Yeah, you Australians, I mean, anybody who's it's Kofefe, exactly, it's Kofefe. Anybody who's an Anglophone gets it. It's very, thank you, OC. It's very disturbing that he wrote that. Because again, I don't have any clue what I don't know. Actually, that's a good way. Flying Medic called it caveman English. That's probably a good way of putting it. Right. I go Iran peace now. You're like, okay, caveman. All right. Well, what else we got? Hang on. What else we got? Oh, New York Times says Strait of Hormuz. Even if an agreement between the U.S. and Iran is reached, the total flow of oil and gas from the Middle East could take months to return to normal. A lot has to happen before the roughly 1,500 ships that have been stranded in the Persian Gulf can get moving. A lot of Republicans went livid this weekend when they saw the deal Trump was talking about doing. I mean, very interesting. A lot of them are, big Trump supporters. I want to read you some of the names. Tomi Lahren. Tomi Lahren is this blonde woman who's an idiot, in her 20s, but hugely influential, Fox News, etc. Tomi Lahren. If all we get is the strait opened, we'd be back to where we started before we started the conflict. You have to get the enriched uranium. Otherwise, I don't know if you can call this a win. She's not wrong. Mike Pompeo, Trump's Secretary of State in his first term. The deal being floated with Iran seems straight out of the Wendy Sherman, Robert Ben Rhodes. He's saying straight out of the Obama playbook. Pay the revolutionary. I always want to call them Republican guards. That's Iraq, right? Revolutionary guards to build a WMD program and terrorize the world. Not remotely America first. It's straightforward. Open the damn strait. Deny Iran access to money. Take out enough Iranian capability so it cannot threaten our allies in the region. Overdue. Let's go. Ari Fleischer. Ari Fleischer was George Bush II's White House spokesman. He's also the biggest Republican MAGA sycophant on the planet. Ari has never met, I think, a MAGA, a horrific Donald Trump expression, saying, act that Ari has not wanted to get down on his knees and lick. Okay, so Ari Fleischer, not happy. He writes, on April 7th, the president announced a double-sided 2-week ceasefire subject to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the strait. Iran did not comply. They gave their word and didn't keep it. I don't know what's different now. Iran never keeps its word. Ted Cruz, Republican sycophant senator, who now is a big supporter of Trump. Republican senator. I am deeply concerned about what we are hearing about an Iran deal being pushed by some voices in the administration. President Trump's decision to strike Iran was the most consequential decision of his second term. He was right to do so, and we achieved extraordinary military results, including destroying all of their missile and drones, not true, and sinking their entire navy. Don't know if that's true, but the missile and drones isn't true. By missile and drones, not even close to true. They've got a ton of those left. If the results of all that is to be an Iranian regime still run by Islamists who chant death to America, now receiving billions of dollars, being able to enrich uranium and develop nuclear weapons, and having effective control of the Strait of Hormuz, then that outcome would be a disastrous mistake. Lindsey Graham, Donald Trump's biggest suck-up in Congress, U.S. Senate. If a deal is struck to end the Iranian conflict because it is believed that the Strait of Hormuz cannot be protected from Iranian terrorism, and Iran still possesses the capability to destroy major Gulf oil infrastructure, then Iran will be perceived as being a dominant force requiring a diplomatic solution. This combination of Iran being perceived as having the ability to terrorize the Strait in perpetuity and the ability to inflict massive damage to Gulf oil infrastructure is a major shift of the balance of power in the region, and over time will be a nightmare for Israel. Also, it makes one wonder why the war started to begin with if these perceptions are accurate. Lady Lindsay is even saying, and she's the biggest suck up to Trump that exists, he's saying it makes you wonder why the war was started to begin with. That's really bad, because he's saying on Memorial Day that the war was a waste, if that's what you do. These lives were lost for no reason. That's a big deal. Roger Wicker, Republican senator of Mississippi. The rumored 60-day ceasefire with the belief that Iran will engage in good faith would be a disaster. Everything accomplished by Operation Epic Fury would be for naught. All right, that's it for the Iran stuff at the moment. Hi, you. What's the matter with you? Oh, you want me to give you more treats because we made that mistake a few weeks ago, didn't we? I know we did. She still begs for treats now during the show because you all suggested, and I thought, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give her some treats during the show and keep her quiet. Now during the show, she wants to sit here and go, treats. Here. Oh, no, she already moved. That's good. She's going back to her. Oh, now she's going to want more water. If she wants more water, I'll give her water. All right. Let's do a couple other news here. There was a shooting near the White House this weekend. As I said, some guy opened fire with like 20 or 30 shots. He was a registered Republican. He registered to vote in 2022, registered as a Republican. He had repeatedly gone to the White House and done very bizarre things, including trying to get into the White House by going through the turnstile backwards, like going to the exits and trying to get in. He kept going to the exits and asking the security, the Secret Service, how he could get in, but he kept doing it in different entrances. At one of them, the one I think he got into trouble that he tried to get through backwards, he told them he was Jesus. They didn't say he was Jesus. He said he was Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. And then he went and just took a shot at the Secret Service this weekend and also hit a pedestrian. The pedestrian was injured. I don't think the Secret Service was injured. Pedestrian was. He's crazy. He's a Republican. That's all I can tell you. And by the way, I knew it because you don't hear about this story anymore, right? I was wondering why we weren't hearing about this story after this weekend. I mean, somebody opens fire with 30 shots outside the White House. He was a registered Republican 4 years ago. That's why you're not hearing about the story. What else we got? Oh, Trump did, however, in court today, use the shooting to submit a brief to the court written in Trump language. He clearly wrote it, written in Trump language. He even included the weird spellings where, like, the word project, he capitalized, like all the crazy shit Trump does as a low IQ person. But he did it in his court brief. He used all the weird spelling. He used all the weird MAGA stuff. And he then he told the judge, which of course is a lie, which is interesting in a court brief. He told the judge that the ballroom was necessary because of the shooting this weekend. I mean, only Donald Trump would say, there was another shooting outside the White House. I need a place to dance. We need a place to dance because there's a shooting. Well, he had the nerve to tell the judge in the legal brief today that the $200 million ballroom project was under budget at its current price tag of $1.4 billion. He told the judge it was under budget, meaning it was less than the cost of the project was less than they predicted. They predicted it was $200 million. The current price tag is $1.4 billion. And he freaking told the judge, oh yeah, it's coming under budget, because he lies. That's all he does is lie. ABC News, the Department of Justice is acknowledging it has removed from its website news releases about criminal cases relating to the January 6, 2021 riot, as they call them, the insurrection, calling the information about the prosecutions partisan propaganda in preparation to give away $2 billion to the domestic terrorists who tried to overthrow our government. Donald Trump had the Justice Department remove any press releases that mention anything about the domestic terrorists who tried to overthrow our government on January 6th. And Trump's administration is now calling them, by the way, not just the Department of Justice is now calling the press releases about the terrorists partisan propaganda. That's because we don't have a Department of Justice anymore. We have a Ministry of the Interior, a Ministry of Truth. We have a Soviet ministry now. We have a communist Chinese ministry. They are not justice officials. They're not FBI agents. They work for, akin to a communist government at this point, an authoritarian state. They work to exonerate criminals, to exonerate terrorists, so long as they are terrorists who vote for their party. Pretty sick stuff. Russia attacked Ukraine. Russia launched a big attack on Ukraine overnight, massive ballistic missile attack on central Kyiv, multiple shopping centers, apartment blocks, residential areas destroyed. Weirder, Russia, I'm going to read you this. This is from Yaroslav Trofimov, who's a Wall Street Journal reporter. He reports that Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, called Marco Rubio, American Secretary of State, asking the U.S. to evacuate the American embassy and American citizens from Kyiv because Moscow intends to launch a campaign of systematic strikes on the Ukrainian capital. And Trofimov himself, a Wall Street Journal reporter, writes, like they haven't been doing it for more than 4 years now. That's what I was telling you about, the kind of crazy threats. That's like Trump with Iran. When the Russians sit there and go, we're going to hit civilians. Yeah, you've been doing that every day. We're going to hit Kyiv. You've been doing it every day. Nobody freaking cares. Nobody freaking cares. Now, Trump, with Trump, who knows though, right? I can see Trump going, oh my God, remove our people. So let's see. He better not remove our people. But yeah, let's see what happens. But you got to love the Russians. Oh, we're going to hit you. Oh my God. Oh, it's doing that again. It's telling you, okay, remember TikTok people, share responsibly. I think that means don't share while drunk. Maybe, I don't know. You share responsibly. Don't share while under the influence. Oh my. All right, let's hang. Let's hang. Well, maybe it's talking about the insurrection. Who knows? TikTok. TikTok gets very upset when we talk about certain topics. Gets very upset. All right, I'm adjusting my camera so I can sit back and relax. All right. Oops. Hello. There we go. All right, everybody. I had a quick nap today. Not a long. Share responsibly. I was going to make a joke, but TikTok would get upset about my joke. I was going to make a prophylactic joke. Share responsibly. It's like, oh God. All right, kids. All right. Anyway, hello you. What's up? I know Sasha's having her walking is not so good today for whatever reason. Although it's been rainy out, so I think she does have arthritis. Because like today, you can tell she's walking more stiffly and stuff. And what do you do? The weather's very rainy. It's warm. I mean, it's like low 70s, but rainy. It's been rainy for a couple of days now. The morning thing was okay. I didn't love it. There's not a lot of news. There wasn't a lot of news this morning. I was trying to do like a extra hour in the morning, but I'm first of all worried about my voice. I don't know how people do this with their voices, but I'm a little worried about my voice with the morning thing. So we're going to see, but even now, like it's not strained, but to me, it feels a little funny. I'm not convinced at this morning thing, or maybe I try the morning thing 3 days a week or something, Yeah, I don't have a heating pad. I don't know if she'd lie on it. I had the heating thing. She hated the heating thing I got from Amazon. I got a heating thing you put in the microwave. It's too hard. I liked it, but it was too hard. So she didn't want to be on top of it. I was like, all right, I got it for her at night. Didn't want it. So, and honestly, it's summertime now. I don't think she'd want something hot anyway, I know. Yeah. Well, I read about the UK today. Yeah. So in Paris too, the UK and Paris got in maybe Germany too got in the low 90s. Thank you, Bowie. Oh, thank you for the frogs, frog conductors. Thank you. That was very funny. But yeah, Europe was horrific today. Low 90s. Paris, London, Germany. I guess most of Europe. Yeah. And in Europe, well, A, that's early. It's May, and B, they don't have air conditioning. A lot of them. So those frogs were cute. I've never seen those frogs before. They were very cute. Yeah, so very scary. It got over 100 F today for Fahrenheit. Get out. God. I mean, it can get there. Although here it was 95 the other day, which was unusual. We all have air conditioning. So rain in Sydney. So, Now in Sydney, though, are you heading into winter? Do you get winter? Right. You'd be heading into fall at least since we're spring. But I don't know. Do you guys get cold weather in the winter? Buildings here are built to retain heat, not cool off. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, the Greeks are pretty good. Oh, the Greeks are pretty good. Oh, thank you, Terry. I haven't seen that one. Thank you, Echo Bob. I haven't seen that one. That's very cute. Greece doesn't have enough air conditioning for my taste, but the buildings are often built in a way where you open the windows and the air comes through, which can be nice. Again, drives me a little crazy because visiting my relatives, I can remember, I haven't been there in 15 years. And I remember Greece going inside and it's still not cooler. Even you go into restaurants and it's not cooler because all the doors and windows are open or you're sitting outside and you're like, oh, fuck. It's just I don't like that. I must admit, I am not a big fan of that. Sweating while sleeping, forget it. Right. Got to have air conditioning at night. Very not good. Double plus ungood, since we're going to use the Trump language. Winters are 40 to 50 in Melbourne and Sydney. That's not bad. That's not bad, Justin. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Sasha's back on the couch again. Oh, that's good. She's laying on the couch. That's good. That's good. Let her rest on the couch a bit. Oh, that's funny. Russia hit their own people with it, or Russia could do it. That'd be good. The Russians reportedly may have hit their own people with a new missile in eastern Ukraine, but occupied eastern Ukraine. So, oh well. Oh well. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, Melbourne can have 4 seasons in a day. Yeah. Like I said, it got warm here too. And then now it's my nose is still itching. Now it's low 70s, which is probably a little cool. Like I said, in the rain, which I don't mind. I mean, it's not raining right now. It rained earlier. I hear you. What's up? You do sound not happy. I know. Hold on. Move your little ottoman in. Move your little ottoman there. All right. She's all right. Hopefully she's getting good. She's getting comfortable for now. That's good. All right. Yeah, I think because also she's a little whinier today, which I think is indicative of probably being in a little bit of pain with her arthritis, because she's whining a bit. I always feel bad. I feel bad. Although it also could be frustration too. I know my dog, she's always been a talker anyway. Oh God, don't make me feel bad. All right, now she's laying down. Hopefully she'll lay down. Well, it's hard to tell with her because she's walking a little difficult today, and I don't know if it hurts. I mean, she's got medicine, but at the same time, she's always been a talker. So it's hard to know whether she's just talking, kind of complaining. Right. Nino says complaining to the manager. Exactly. I don't know if she's complaining or if she's in pain because she's always been a talker. Always, but it's hard to tell. Hot bath. No, I never thought of that. That's true. I could. Yeah, that is true. I didn't think of that. Does that help for arthritis? The thing is, she could be kvetching about treats and stuff. It's possible. It's hard to know. She's 16 and 4 months. I mean, she's old. Little dog, but still, she's old. It just finally started catching up with her in the last 4 months. She was great until then. And then Christmas, something happened. And I think, again, arthritis or something kind of clicked in, Hot bath helps your arthritis. Yeah, I mean, I could give her just a warm. The thing is, the funny part is she hates baths. So like giving her a bath in the sink. Oh, she already gets glucosamine. She gets those, whatever those pills are called. It's chondroitin and glucosamine both. Yeah, yeah. She gets some vitamin fish oil. She gets Rimadyl each day. Rimadyl to help with the inflammation. She gets the Librela shot, although she's a week away from getting the shot, so that's possible too. Sometimes Librela, like the last couple days or whatever. Yeah, she's not going to use an electric blanket, probably in part because it's too hot out now. Like, I don't think she wants to lay down on something hot right now because of the temperature, I do have CBD. I can start the CBD again. I might. That's actually not a terrible idea. That is a hydrangea. Yes. The CBD, maybe I will. Yes, that's my hydrangea. I've got my, that one, even before I put stuff on it, it's been coming up. No, it's just beginning to come up, but it's coming up blue, which is really nice. It's just beginning. Yep. There you can see it a little better. It's just beginning to flower, but it's coming up blue, which is really nice. So yes, I'm very excited about my. I was trying to show the other guy. Oh no! Hopefully I didn't. Wait. Oops. Where are you? Wait. Oh no! I'm hoping the show didn't disappear on TikTok. My TikTok fell down. Wait, there it is. My TikTok fell, and I thought I lost you. I did almost lose you guys. There we go. Okay. Well, I moved it and it fell over and it's an iPad. So I touched the screen and it did something else. And oh my God, that's better. Yeah. The CBD, I'm going to actually move it. That's a really good idea. So I don't forget it. That's a very good idea. That is a good idea. Oops. Oh, it's getting a little low. Yeah. I mean, it's getting a little, I could always order more. It's getting, oh shit, here. Let's try it again. Hold on. All right, let's see. Does the volume working now? There we go. Or is it not better now? Okay, good. Yep. Sorry. My iPad flipped over and then it lost the sound and everything else. But anyway, yeah, no, I have a little bit of CBD left. So I'm going to give her some of that again. Because I forgot you're right. I keep forgetting I have the CBD because she was doing well enough. She didn't need it. But like today, it depends day specific. Like today, but CBD for dogs, is it enough to help them that day? Like it doesn't have to build up over days or weeks or whatever? Meaning like if I give her a little right now, is that still helpful? Interesting. Okay. All right. Then I will. I'll give her some. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Then I'll try that. Then. Yep. Now I'll get a few bites of food and just put it on there. And that way that'll be for now. And then tomorrow morning I can give her more. Okay. That's good. I will do that for sure then. Why don't you we do have a two-party system. What do you mean, Marianne? We do have a two-party system in the U.S. Why do we have one, you mean? That's a complicated historical question that I've never fully understood. I mean, it's this complicated thing going back 100 years or more, and it always confuses me. But we do have two parties. That's also because we don't have a parliamentary system. So the president is elected differently than the Congress. She gets glucosamine, Paula. She gets glucosamine and chondroitin. It's thank you, OC. It's some pill. I forget. You guys, somebody will know what the pill is. You know what I mean. That pill you can get on Amazon. That's both glucosamine and chondroitin. It's got some name, but she gets that anyway. Yep. You take it like half a pill every other day, so she already gets that. Cosequin, actually, Dosequin. Blue said Dosequin. Cosequin. You're right. Cosequin. Yep. Yeah, people say it. I mean, who knows? It may help. I mean, she gets it regularly. So, hopefully it helps. Like I said, we do the Librela, but the Librela isn't for another week. And my suspicion is maybe that's wearing off a little bit. Magnesium or chelated magnesium Helps with sore muscles. Interesting. Well, but a dog, I'd want to be careful with a dog though. You know what I mean? Like I'm careful with the dog because I don't want to, I don't want to kill her. They're not people. You know? But I think, the rain could be doing it. No, that's right. It's chelated magnesium. I know what you mean. Yep. So. Oh, is that somebody said that yesterday? Is that a new thing? Barr is mentioning Mexico has free healthcare. Somebody said that earlier in a different show, and I was wondering why they said it. Is that a new thing in Mexico? Because somebody else said it like either this morning or the other day, and I thought, why is somebody mentioning Mexico has free healthcare? So maybe it is some new thing. The president just announced it. Okay, I was like, what is that? Interesting. Okay, very interesting. I mean, the one thing I will say with my dog, which is interesting, is if you guys remember when she first was having these problems, remember for 4 hours at night, she was crazy. She would whine and everything, and it was every night. That stopped a couple months ago. I fear that maybe she was in pain. Like I thought it was just begging for food. I think maybe she was in pain at night. And again, the Rimadyl she's in is helping her. Is because it's weird that she whines occasionally. She was whining there and then she went to sleep. But I had 4 hours where she was during the show and then after the show for an hour. I was taking her to bed early in my bed because she was driving me nuts. And I'm kind of wondering it's hard with them to know if they're in pain or what. Oh, we're starting again. Hey, you, what's up, huh? I know you're not happy. Not happy. Oh. Hey, you. I know. Not happy. Are you okay? Hey. Hi. All right. I know. All right. Jesus. I know. Oh man. I know. Anyway. All right. What else, guys? We got done early today in a way. I mean, done meaning I finished my, I don't know. Like I said, it may be treats. I feel bad because like I said, I can never figure out what her deal is. No, now she's on the couch walking back and forth. She's licking the ottoman again. It's like, I can't tell. Hey, I know. You all right? Hey, you okay? I'm right here. All right. Also, because she doesn't see great either. So like, she can see, but it's funny. She doesn't see. Like she gets around the apartment okay, but she doesn't always see perfectly. Okay. I know that's my hand. Yes. Okay. Here, you want to go in there? You're going to want more water is my guess. That's my guess. Got Cookie in trouble? What do you mean? Oh man. Well, it's limping, but I would call it, is it hobbling? I'm not sure what you call it, where it's not like one leg is up. It's her butt hurts, I think. So she's walking kind of uncomfortably. You know what I mean? She doesn't want more water. I'll give her water. So she's walking a little uncomfortably, All right, 1 second here. You know what? I think a little more water. I think what I'm going to do too is 1 second. Let's do this. 1 second, guys. All right, 1 second here, right? All right. Oh my God! Just wait, please. I know. I can't even see that. 1 second. Oh my God. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna give her the CBD now. I'm feeling bad. 1 second here. Okay. Quarter. That is our quarter. All right. There you go. Okay. All right. Okay. There you go. All right. There we go. All right. Gave it to her now. I'm feeling bad. So maybe that'll help. I know the whys. The thing is, she's always been an expressive dog. That's what makes it so hard. Like I said, she's been a talker since she was a kid. So like you can never tell with her, is she talking because she's in pain? Is she talking for something else? Well, it made sense. I was like, why am I waiting? I'm feeling bad. But also her eye is having some issue. I've got to make an appointment tomorrow. She got some little like ulceration thing in the middle of her eye. And I'm like, I just noticed it a couple days ago. I'm like, it looks like a little ulcer, like on the middle of her eye. I mean, she's having poor vision anyway. But I was like, oh God, it's what they say. The last couple of years of their life are going to be never ending vet visits, which I had read, and it's turning into, I mean, what do you do? And then a week later we go for her next shot. But I mean, what do you do? It's not just a cataract. There's literally an indentation on the front of her cornea. It's weird. So I sent a picture to the vet, but the vet didn't get back to me. So I'm just going to call tomorrow and set up an appointment. Well, that's what I mean. Aging is not fun for anybody. I literally feel like it's my mom all over, except, mom didn't whine, but it's my mom all over again. You're just dealing with them, your loved ones getting older, It's hard enough dealing with yourself getting older. Oh, sorry, Zoo. Yeah, retirement homes, that would be interesting. Retirement homes for dogs. The only problem is you wouldn't want to give up, because they get so attached to you. You wouldn't want to give them up though. Even if they got good treatment there, they get so attached. I think it would be kind of cruel to the animal, Oh, that's interesting. I'm not surprised about that. All right. She got her little CBD and now she's drinking her water. So she's good. At least we'll see if it helps a little bit. That's what I'm wondering, Chopper. I'm wondering if she hit her eye on something. The only thing is she's not rubbing it. She's not rubbing it on the ground. She's not rubbing it with her paw. There's no indication of it bothering her is the weird thing. But I thought the same thing. She could have walked into something because she does, but I'm going to call them anyway, because I'm guessing my guess, if it's just an injury, they might say, you know what, it's good she's not reacting, but maybe do some antibiotic eye drops just to be safe. But I feel bad because it's just like, it looks nasty. She'll let me look at her. I mean, she lets me look at her eye. I've looked at her eye. I've got a picture of it that I sent the vet. I mean, I got really close and took a picture, and it literally is an indentation. It looks like an ulcer in the middle of her cornea. It's nasty, but she's not rubbing it. Thank God. Like it's not bothering her. That's good. But still, I Googled it. It was like, it could be anything, but it could be bad stuff too. It could just be she damaged it. It could be, who knows? It's not a cataract. It's on the cornea of her eye. It's literally on the front of her eye. There's a divot. Yep. I would say it is like an ulcer on her cornea on the front of the eye. It's the crater of the moon. It's the face of the moon. There's a crater. So it could be she walked into something very possibly. With my plants outside, it's horrible though. Hi, you. I know. You get a little treat. You just snack. Don't give me that. Now she's looking at me wanting her snack after my show. I'm like, I just gave you food bits with CBD. I know it could have been. I mean, the good thing is it's not bothering her. Thank God. Thank God it's not bothering her, because if it bothered her, then you're like nonstop, having to wear the cone of shame and everything else. Sasha wasn't named after anybody. I could not think of a dog name. And finally, 2 weeks in, I became one of those people who doesn't name their kids for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had her and I was like, I don't have a name. And my cousin said, how about Sasha? And I thought, oh, that's kind of nice. So I went for Sasha. I used to tell people she was part Russian, part French. Now I tell people she's half Russian or half Ukrainian and half French. Because I kept coming up with guy names for dogs. If she was a guy, I was going to call her Bart, because I thought Bart was funny, because I liked being able to go, Bart, get over here. Because it just is like the perfect Simpsons name, right? Bart. I kept for dog names, Thor. My friends got Thor, but also there's so many Greek names for dogs, like Zeus. I was thinking of a ton of names that I could call the dog. But for girl names, I was like, I'm not going to call her Athena. It was like the names just the girl names didn't work. I don't know what it is. Like for example, in American and in English too, a lot of guy names are funny with dogs. You have Venus. Lola's cute. Yeah, Lola's cute. Finn is good. Yeah, Aphrodite. We'd call her Aphrodite. but like Lola, well, the Pete would be good. Again, so many male names are great for dogs. Like John, calling your dog John would be funny. I mean, there's just like a lot of funny names, but a girl name, like calling your dog Sue. Okay, right? Something about the guy name with a male human name for a dog is funny, I think. Whereas, thank you, Fallen. Whereas I don't think it's as funny having a female American name. Yeah, like George. George would be funny for a dog name too. But isn't it true? Like calling your dog George, like what's your dog's name? George? That's funny. What's your dog name? Mary? Maria? Okay, it's a little weird. If anything, it almost sounds weird. Like you named your dog Maria or you named your dog Kathy. Whereas for a dog, like you said, George would be hilarious. Roxanne is interesting for a dog. That's true. Roxy. Well, Roxy would be great. But Roxy also sounds like a stripper. You know what I mean? Or something. Oops, my thing's falling. This is trying to fall off soon. My microphone's waiting to fall off my table. Gertrude's funny. I mean, but you get what I mean. I do. I think guy names work better. Kevin. Well, but Kevin's another example. I think human male names are English, at least, are funny with dogs. Kevin would be funny for a dog name. Like, right? Hey, you. I know. She has the munchies. Zia goes, she has the munchies. That's why she's whining now. I don't think it works that way, but that was very cute. Peter is good too. Daryl. Mitch. Yeah, no, all the names. There's so many, Susan from accounting. Bartina, yeah. Bartina Navratilova. No, Sasha ended up being a cute name. It's a fine name. I know you, all right? But oh my God, she's just gotten to be so demanding though. Like at night, the funny part is at night, she's still great. Like she sleeps through the night, most of the night. She wants to cuddle up next to me. She's great at night. During the day, she wants to be near me, but she doesn't like affection. She's always been 50-50 on affection anyway. And she really doesn't want affection. Like she doesn't want to come up to me and cuddle and like have me pet her. It's like, never loved that. But she wants to be next to us. Like watching TV, she likes to be next to me or sleeping in bed. So she's still very affectionate that way. But it's kind of a subtle affection. Gary and Alan are his labs. That's funny. Gary and Alan. That's just such funny names. Zoe's a good name for a dog, actually. You're right. Zoe is a good name for a dog. Zoe is also the name of my nephew's wife. So I don't know how she'd feel about that, but it is a good name for a dog. And it's a Greek name, Zoe, meaning life. So it would fit the Greek thing too. I did want a Greek name, but I couldn't come up with one. I was like, Ethel. Lucy's good though. Lucy for a dog, maybe because Lucy is funny, right? Yes, I know. The Ukrainian mug is fun because one of your guys' daughters designed this in her art class, her shop class, 13-year-old girl. Her mom watches the show and she would watch the show with her. And she wanted to make me a Ukraine mug. So she did the design herself. And I guess they send them off and, they send them off to have them printed. But she, did the design herself on the computer at age 13, which is really cute. Stavros, yeah. Gunther's chickens are named after drag queens. That's funny. That's not a bad one. That's a good idea though. Oh, you joined Dean's live today? I like Dean. What do you mean? Dean, what's his face? Dean? I like Dean. I mean, he's like Parker. He rips the bad guys to shreds, Jake and Elwood, that's funny. Koshka? What does Koshka mean, Solecki? Oops. Adjusting my chair here. Pop. What does Koshka mean? Oh, Koshka means cat? Oh, that's funny. Oh, so you named... So Lucky's going, we named one of our cats Cat. That's funny. Okay, that's very funny. Well, that's like the musical Waitress. So Koshka's rushing for cat. The musical Waitress that I did not love. I got free tickets when I was in New York. I got onto some list as media online media where I would get a couple free tickets to Broadway every year, and it was always like a top show. So I got, I think, or did I buy Waitress tickets? Maybe I bought the tickets for No, I got free tickets to Waitress, and it was okay. It was okay. But who I really loved was his last name. I think is Fitzgerald. He played the goofy guy who nowadays would be considered sexually harassing, but the goofy guy who was Ogie or whatever his name was, Okie, and he was a wonderful actor. Something Fitzgerald, wonderful actor. He had a bit part in Mrs. Maple too, and but his song was hilarious. It's a wonderful song, a hilarious song, and the song, there's a part of it where he's talking about his cat. He had a cat and he called it Sardine, and he thought it was hilarious to call a cat a kind of fish. Was the song. Great writing too, but I love that he called his cat Sardine. I mean, just like the song, it was a funny idea. So it reminds me of the same thing. You called your cat a cat in Russian. Koshka, but Koshka sounds cute though. Koshka does sound Koshka sounds like a little pen name. Koshka, right? Like a little, because in Greek, kukla, which is the same word in Russian, interestingly enough, Ukrainian too, I think, right? A kukla is a doll, but we use it in Greek as, my mother would say kukla, like they say, honey, darling, about your children. You say kukla, like, what's the matter, kukla? Or this kind of stuff. So we had a dog. We had a couple dogs named Kukla. You remember Kukla? The most recent Kukla was my mom's dog. But Koshka reminds me of Kukla. It sounds similar because Kukla just sounds like Kukla. It sounds like a nice little. Justin says CNN's reporting explosions in Iran. Oh God. Oh God. Let me say, somebody else just mentioned on TikTok, they were mentioning possible explosions going after the Republican Guard or something, but let me Revolutionary Guard Republican. I will always mix up those two. Well, interesting. Angeline said Kukla, Fran, and Ali. So there was an American TV broadcast, late 50s, early 60s, whatever, maybe 50s, called Kukla, Fran, and Ali, and with puppets or whatever. And people used to tell us when they would hear us use the word Kukla, or my brother's dog was named Kukla, they would say, "Oh, did you name it after Kukla, Fran, and Ali?" And we were like, "No, it's Greek." What we did not realize was Kukla, Fran, and Ali, Kukla was named after the Greek word kukla. There's a write-up of it online. It's fascinating. Somebody in the studio knew somebody was Greek or knew somebody Greek, and they heard the name Kukla and they said, "Oh, I love that," or the phrase Kukla, and they said, "I love that. We're going to use it." So Kukla, Fran, and Ali, Kukla is used but it was used because the person was Greek. It wasn't just they heard the word. They heard a Greek person use the word and they liked it. So all these years we would go, "No, it's not Kukla, Fran, and Ali. It's a Greek word," kind of annoyed. And now it's like, well, it is kind of Kukla, Fran, and Ali, yeah, even though we didn't name it after Kukla, Fran, and Ali. Let me pull this up now. Defense and see if we got any updates here. Here we go. More details on U.S. airstrikes versus CENTCOM spokes Captain Tim Hawkins to Fox News. U.S. forces conducted self-defense strikes in southern Iran today to protect our troops from threats posed by Iranian forces. Targets included missile launch sites and Iranian boats attempting to emplace mines. The Iranians were putting more mines down. This does not sound like 95% of the way to a deal. U.S. Central Command continues to defend our forces while using restraint during the ongoing ceasefire. Doesn't sound like a ceasefire. More details. 2 Iranian boats were caught laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Senior U.S. official tells me the U.S. military eliminated both IRGC vessels. You were right, whoever was talking about that, and also struck at a surface-to-air missile site in Bandar Abbas that was targeting U.S. warplanes. These were defensive strikes. They do not indicate the ceasefire is over. We just happen to be attacking each other. Wow. I'm told U.S. strikes are over for now. Again, these were defensive in nature, not offensive, according to Fox News, and not an effort to break the ceasefire. U.S. military says it reacted when they saw 2 IRGC boats laying mines, and then also on a SAM missile site targeted its warplanes. Wow. The Iranians started laying more mines. They are fucking with him. This is bad. because they are screwing with Trump, absolutely screwing with him. CNN says, one of the more interesting things about this, the U.S. accusing Iran of continuing to try to mine the strait amid talks. U.S. launched strikes against Iranian targets today. We know that. Yeah. I mean, very interesting. Yep. Wow. That's a mess. Now I got to do a video when the show is over. That's a mess. Oh, well. Thank you, Justin, for mentioning that. He got me to check. Wow. Well, that's a mess. Oh, 7:17. Okay, we're ready to end the show, actually. Good timing. Glad we got to do that quick little update. Wow. Good friend in Lakota. I don't even know how to say that. I was going to say Kola Waste. I can only pronounce things Western European. Well, that could be Russian too, I guess. But I can only pronounce things like European vowels and consonants. I don't know how to pronounce them native anybody. It's like trying to pronounce Welsh or Gaelic, where you look at it and go, there's no chance I can pull this off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to be, it's not going to be pronounced like it looks like. Washte? Okay, I wasn't too far off. Depending how you pronounce the vowels. Like I would say washte, because typically foreign languages, the E would be an A, but you don't know, I mean, you don't know. I don't know, I should say. You probably know. I did good. Okay, good. Thank you. I do that with the Uber guys. I always come in and go, can I try to say their name to make sure it's the right guy? But a lot of times they're like, you said that right. I'm like, well, I said it's a good guess. I speak languages. Washte. Oh, washte. Okay, so it is washte. Oh, good. Okay. Well, yeah, you wrote wash, but I'm thinking wash because, again, European way of pronouncing it would be washte, Greek or Spanish or Italian or whatever. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for suggesting I give the dog her CBD. That's hopefully helping. I'll order more if I need to because there's still some in this bottle, but she may have a week's worth left. I'll have to order her more. All right, guys, have a good evening. I don't know if I'll do them. I may do the morning show. I may do the morning show 3 days a week. I'm a little afraid of doing it every day. I'm just afraid for my voice, to be honest. But yeah, I've got to do an update in Iran now anyway. So we will do that. The ability as a child, what ability is that, Straight Rat? Uber boats on the Thames, that'd be fun. That'd be totally fun. Tell me really quick what that ability is, Street Rat, and then I'm going to go. All right, Discord, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye first. And then really quick for Street Rat to tell me what that is, and then I'll hang up with you guys. Yeah, we'll see. Now, people were saying, because some of the folks consulting with me were like, oh, you should do a morning show too, because you'd make more money if you do 2 shows and get more people to come at different hours. You get more followers. The problem is I still feel like I'm straining my voice a bit. I don't know why. To pronounce sounds of all languages. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. But I still feel like I'm straining my voice a little bit. But it could also be it's spring, it's allergy time. You know what I mean? Like lots of things cause strain. So, all right. We don't talk about crypto. TikTok doesn't like that. Breathe. I think in the long term, I'm holding mine for the long term. I'm talking years, 5-10 years. We'll see what happens. I'm not dealing with day trading stuff. So, anyway, I'll see you guys. All right. YouTube and Discord and YouTube and Substack. See you guys. Thanks for joining.